Hey, I'm Marty Schupak for Schupak Sports, and you're watching a T-ball tip. And this is a T-ball tip of the day, tip of the week. I'm going to do it a little differently today because on one of the tips, I do not have a video on it. I checked my archives, it's there somewhere. But anyway, I can't express how important it is for you, parents of young boys or girls that you think have an interest in sports. And if you have an interest in sports, I know you'll encourage them, but I really want to emphasize, if you can, try to create things around from objects around the house. And I'll give you an example what I mean in just a second. It's anyone could go out and buy an expensive item from any store, but if you create something with your son and daughter, it's going to have a lasting effect. And it did with me. I'll tell you a story right after I show you this item. This is what I call the scoop ball drill. And I'm going to show you a picture of it. I'll hold it up close, and then I'm going to show you what we did. I took a milk container, a gallon milk container, and I cut off about a third from the bottom. All right. And I put duct tape on the edges, as you see, and that's because it's very sharp. And then I took what I call a rag ball, and I've used rag balls my whole coaching career, where I'll pick up a 10-pound box of clean rags from a home center, and I'll start wrapping with 2-inch duct tape. And what we started doing, besides having a catch, if we tried with a glove or barehanded, we would do this. My son and daughter would each have one of these, and I would throw it, and they'd try to catch it in it. It's just a creative item that you can make, won't take you long. Again, this is called the scoop ball drill. I'm going to show you another T-ball drill you could do with your team. But again, I want to emphasize, if you create things with your son and daughter, that's going to have a lasting effect, and they'll always remember it. I mean, they might remember when you go out and buy their first baseball glove. It's a big deal. But when you create things, I remember when I was young, I wanted a basketball rim in my front yard, and my dad, instead of going out and buying one, he bought like the wood. And at first, we had a piece of it's like a 4x4 piece of wood, and I would treat it every night with treatment. And then he got a piece of plywood cut to the size of a regular backboard. And then we both dug the hole, and I think it was 18 inches. And if I remember, I would put tar in the bottom of the 4x4, and we set it up 10 feet from my driveway. And it was just something that stuck in my mind. So try to create things with your son and daughter. Now, a very popular drill that I did when I was coaching T-ball and when I was commissioner, and I suggested it, is what I call an obstacle course. And I used to wait till the end of the season to do it, but it was so popular that I would do it one year, like 2 or 3 times throughout the year. And I'll just show you a picture. And I set something up like this. You could do it anywhere you want. With a player, this one, he hits the ball off the tee. He runs to first base, goes past it to the cone, because we want to teach players not to stop at the base. And then he goes to the outfield, where I have a hula hoop. It's leaning up against the fence. He'll take the 3 balls from where they are, try to throw it to the hula hoop. Then I have him slide into second base. I have him go to third base. There are 3 balls there. Now, I don't show it here, but I would put like an L screen or a screen. He picks them up and he throws it, tries to hit the screen, and then he runs home. It's the kids love this, and you could do it any way you want. And a couple of suggestions: when you do an obstacle course, make sure you have your best athletes or returning T-ball players demonstrate. That's number one. Number two, you may be tempted to start another player after, let's say, one player goes. I suggest you don't do it because of safety reasons. And the only negative with that is you're only going to have one player involved in this activity, which really is against what I consider really good coaching. But if you're not going to do it every practice or every drill, it's okay. And the kids just love this. And look, the best drills to me are the drills that you could do on the field with your team or at home with your son and daughter. If you live in a residential area, they have a house, they have a backyard, you could set up something just like this. If you live in the inner cities, you could go to a school or you could go in the alley of your apartment building and set something up like this. Okay, instead of having a hula hoop, they have walls. You could draw a big square with chalk on a wall. Okay, so with that, again, reviewing, I showed you this, the scoop drill with the gallon milk container and the rag ball. You don't have to do this, but I recommend you create your own. This is a fun thing. And then we did the obstacle course. I'm going to show you a video of the obstacle course right now. Please subscribe if you like this. Give me a thumbs up. So with that, let's go right to the videotape.
Obstacle course. Young players love obstacle courses. On the go command, he will run to first base through the bag and turning into foul territory. He will then run to second base, making sure to hit the bag, then go straight to the outfield fence where 3 hula hoops are set up as targets to throw 3 balls into. This promotes proper throwing techniques and accuracy. After all 3 balls have been made in between the hoops, the player will run through third base, touching the bag, then back home where he must hit a recyclable off one tee and a baseball off another. This obstacle course is great because it involves base running, throwing, and hitting skills. It can be made into a competition between players or against a clock.